Hi everybody, it's Angelo, dailyvitamoves.com. I hope you've been practicing and benefiting from the previous two videos that we made on how to improve posture. Today is going to be the third and last video in the series, at least for now. If you haven't seen the previous videos, I'll post the links to those below. Also, I'm posting a special link for you all where you can tell me what issues or problems you may be having with your body, and I'll try to address those in upcoming Vitamoves videos. So feel free to use that link. It's dailyvitamoves.com/help. And don't be shy, because whatever may be going on with you, maybe somebody else that is watching these videos, it can help them. So submit your requests there. So today we're going to combine the previous two movements together, and that's going to help us by one, improving the efficiency so you don't have to do those two movements separately, but also it's going to be more engaging for our mind. It's going to really test our coordination. Another thing, it's going to look a little freaky. So shut the door, close the blinds, and let's get to it. Alright, so if you recall, the first video we did this hugging motion, and then we shift our head back, arched our upper back, and reached back and behind us. Okay, so I'm going to term this hug and fly. The second video, we brought our knees together, squeezed them for a little bit, and then after 5 seconds, we stood up tall, we turned our thigh bones outward, and we squeezed our glutes. Okay, so I'm going to nickname this the tall outward, referring to our thigh bones turning outward, and squeeze our glutes. Okay, so the tall outward squeeze. So let's put them together. We're going to hug ourselves. Okay, remember, we're going to squeeze the elbows together, press them into our chest, press our hands into our shoulders, press our knees together, accentuate this hunchback posture. Okay, and then relax. We're going to stand tall, shift our head back, arch our back, turn our upper arms outward as we stand tall, outward, squeeze. Let's take a look from the side. So here, bringing knees together, hugging ourselves. And then relax. Remember, as you shift your head back, it's not tilting your head back. You're just kind of taking your whole head and bringing it back. And that'll help you arch your chest a little bit more. Turn your arms outward, reach your fingertips down and back. Continue that as you're standing tall, turning your thigh bones outward and squeezing your glutes. Let's do it again. So hug and fly, stand tall, turn thigh bones outward and squeeze. Okay, so these are just words that you can use to help guide you. Okay, so hug, press, come out of it, tall, outward squeeze, and then fly. All right, so that's it. Here are some variations you can try. Feel free to post a comment and let me know how it goes. So a really simple thing to add to this movement to really step things up is a hip hinge. So if you find these bony parts on your hip, it's called your greater trochanter, you can use that as a guide to act as the pivot point for your hip hinge. Okay, so a really simple thing to think about is reaching your hips back as if there's a chair behind you, and you're just going to try to find it with your hips. Okay, so you notice that the only part that I'm bending is here in the hips. Okay, rather than bending the knees or bending the back like this. Okay, we just want to keep everything in its position and just reach the hips back. Okay, and again, you're going to have to find the balance point on where that is, because it's not leaning back like this. Okay, you want to keep balance as you do that, as you hip hinge. Okay, so this is how you add it in. So after you do the hug and fly, standing tall and squeezing, turning thigh bones outward, you're going to hold that position, okay? And then you're going to add the hip hinge. So really keep everything as much as you can in place as you reach your hips back. And then you can hold this position for a few seconds and then come back up. And then you can repeat. So that adds more contraction through this back line of our body. And it's going to be a little bit tougher, but that's the way you can kind of step things up and add more challenge to this movement. So other variations with the arms now, you can bend them. So as you do the flying motion, okay, you can keep them bent, and now the emphasis is going to be a little bit more on the lats. So you want to think of still reaching back now with your elbows. You're going to think of reaching them down and back, and then still turning those upper arms outward. So it's going to look more like this. So from the side, when you're coming into that fly position, shifting the head back, coming back like this. Okay, so that's going to add more contracture to these back muscles. It's going to help you arch a little bit more. So the other variation with the arms is bringing it into this Y position. So after you have done the hug and you're coming out of it, instead of reaching back and down, you're going to think of reaching your shoulder blades back and down still, but your arms are going to come up into this Y position, okay? And you're going to still reach them back, okay? And then along with this hip hinge, okay, it's really going to contract this whole back line. With that position, we're trying to contract a little bit more of the lower traps, which tend to be weak and inhibited, so it's a way to kind of activate and stimulate that. So I hope you enjoy these variations. Go ahead and watch the previous 2 videos, keep practicing them. You may pick up 1 or 2 other things from them and try to bring it together and combine them. So go to dailyvitamoves.com/help and submit your request to get help with any issue that you may be experiencing with your body. Enjoy, and we'll see you soon.